So it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Up everyone is doing well in life. First and foremost, I want you all to smash the piece that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We've got the notification bell, ding dong. Let's have it right so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is down below in the description. Salute to all my Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. Salute to the no surrender mentality, and salute to my uncle who passed away. We send all our love from the Minerals FC to him and my auntie and family. Let's have it right. Big up to Eunice, big up to Gunny. Their links to the channels in the title. Eyes Wide Shut Merchants, Woken? Question mark. Chelsea's a shambles. Big up to Eunice. How are we doing, my geezer?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, firstly, condolences to you, mate. Hope you and the family are well. Hope your auntie is, coping and in high spirits for what it's worth. So, yeah, condolences to you lot. And yeah, I'm good. I mean, I'm good. It's the same story, isn't it? Like away from Chelsea, life's fantastic. It's all good, but you start looking within, it's an absolute shambles. So, and today's a mess, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to getting into this one.
Big up to you, Goonie. How are we doing, my geezer?
Yeah, outside of Chelsea, all good, man. All good. It's good to be back here, obviously, and much condolences to yourself and your family for the loss of your uncle. Obviously, they be in my prayers tonight, 100%, bro. So, but yeah, outside of that, what we're seeing from Chelsea Football Club is just another disgrace, and it's what we've become used to. And oh yeah, before I forget, big up every single one of you in the chat. Yeah, Minerals Generals, the lot of you, as Johnny Minerals says. Yeah, we're all Minerals Generals here. Never forget that. So big up every single one of you.
Love that, bruv. Love that. Thank you, guys. Big up to the Minerals FC chat. And salute to everyone, bruv. And I hope everyone's winning in life. Let's have it right. So, guys, PR is exposed in 5K at this football club. It seems to me that since the Garnacho deal, or apparent deal, which I don't believe is going to happen, but you never know with these clowns. Since this has been raised and brought to the limelight, everyone's having a meltdown. Everyone's going, what are we buying him for? And I'm now hearing we're looking at some 20-year-old from Verona, midfielder.
Fabrizio said that's not true now.
Right, okay, fine. Okay. But Garnacho?
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That's the point. What do you believe? And how can you trust the process and a project if you don't know what to believe? We'll start it there.
It's a mess. I saw Matt Law earlier on was talking about how and he said it, that Chelsea were insistent on Vega not being loaned and could only leave permanently, right? But the situation changed 48 hours ago, and now he's been given the green light to go out on loan to Juve with no buy option. And then Matt Law turned the comments off, and I was like, oh, I wonder why. Yeah. Because, it's decisions change from flipping one side to the other, just like at the flick of a switch at this club now. It's insane. The PR is all over the place. The targets that we're going for is a joke. And this whole Garnacho story, because it seems like Napoli are moving away now. It looks like they're going for Adeyemi, and I thought that could be a tactic, but no, it's looking like they're actually pulling away. So the coast is clear, basically. Look, people. There's some people that are raising the point of Garnacho. We should just, accept it, and it's decent business. And we doubted Duran, and we doubted Omarodion, and we doubted these guys, so we should just trust it. I'm like, those are guys that no one knew anything about at one point, right? That's why everyone doubted it, because we didn't know what the hell they were like at all. And they were super young and unproven. We've seen Garnacho at length. We've got a full portfolio about this geezer. We know exactly what he's on. Come on. We're spending that much money when we got other priorities, and we don't want to recall midfielders back in when we do have midfield options now that Lavia's out for 5 weeks.
I think so.
It's a shambles. The priorities clearly, and to your point, Johnny, about now that it seems like people are clocking on to the fact that there's a lot of financial transactions going on, right? It isn't football transaction. These are purely financial transactions going on. People are clocking on to that. These cases are no different. This is the sole aim here is money first. And that's what we're seeing now in real time. And it's not changing. And that's the reality check that I think everyone is now being hit with and starting to clock onto. So even the 20-year-old from Verona, like you said, Di Marzio said that was the case. Now apparently Fabrizio saying it's not true. It just keeps flipping. It's just brief after brief, chaos after chaos, priorities all over the place. Finances are the priority. Everything else is in the bin. And we want to make Champions League football and try and win the league next year. No chance.
You know what's funny, right? Is the way they're going to market is like they're pissing in the dark, is how I describe it.
Yeah.
They just there is no real planning. The quality of signings that you're trying to buy are not Chelsea level. They're all opportunist signings. Garnacho, they're taking advantage of Man United, so to speak, which they think it's a great deal and a great player to sign. Manchester United are in PSR issues, which seems to be the story of many clubs. So they're looking to cash in and pure profit from their academy player in Garnacho. It's the right profile age, 20 years old, Premier League experience. But I have to put this towards the Kerry Winstanley, Stuart Little and the owners themselves. Man United are in the gutter. Their own manager has come out publicly, thrown every player under the bus, thrown the owners under the bus, saying this is the worst Manchester United side in the history of Manchester United. So I have to ask the question, why are we shopping at Manchester United? Because it's an opportunity on our terms where we can get a deal here, and we'll keep Garnacho, we'll sign him on for 8 years, and we'll sell him on in 2-3 years, or maybe 6 months like a Wedding Hall or Viega. You know, this is not how you show the supporters we're here with the real intent to challenge for the title. You've spent 1.5 billion. You want to spend more money. You've gutted everything out. Cobham Academy, you've got pure profit from how many players? And we are still going in the market to buy a fucking left winger. We need midfielders. We need defenders. We need a goalkeeper. I don't want to hear the briefings, which has come from Matt Laws and Ben Jacobs and Fritz. They're looking in the summer, guys. In the summer, we'll look at a striker. In the summer, we'll look at a goalkeeper. Well, don't buy nothing now then. Because whatever you buy now is not going to be the level that is going to help us for the future.
Exactly, Johnny. And that's it, nailed on. And that's how you know. And that's exactly how you know that this is more of a business opportunity than it is improving the first team. I mean, we've known this. I mean, the three of us have known this for a while, so it's not a surprise. But this year, it just feels like it's all guns blazing because it's just a blatant disrespect to the fan base at this point. You know, but this is like there has been before, but this one is a direct slap in the face for everybody to see. Because one thing I can say, is what I see on social media now is a lot of people are turning on these signings. They're not accepting this anymore, which is a good thing for us because this is what I've been saying for a while. Not enough of us have been really standing up and speaking about it. It's only been yourself. It's only been Eunice. Me, when now I'm featuring on channels, I speak about it. But you know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. Garnacho, why do we need to sign him? And they're talking about 60 million pounds. 60 million pounds for this guy, and then on top of that, the biggest slap in the face is Gyökeres's release clause is about 65 million euros. What are we doing here? And we need a striker.
what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here? It doesn't make no sense. And then for
Insane.
that kind of money, even if you wanted to spend that kind of money on a winger, did you see what Barcola did yesterday? And he's probably available for less. So it's pointing to one thing, because if we can see it, the chat can see it, and others can see it, then they must see it, but they must be ignoring it because there's an ulterior motive, which is this, in the hope of making this.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't conclude any other way.
Right. This was the reason for what I took a clip from my stream yesterday, right? When I called out United platforms, I called out Chelsea platforms in particular, right? Because if you look at Manchester United, we will be heading in that direction. United are really, really in the mud. Like, seriously in the mud.
Their status is what's saving them, actually.
It's
That's
only the name
Exactly. Yep.
and their heritage. That's it.
That's it.
That is
Yep.
carrying that football club and the fan base because of how big they are. Other than that, the Glazers, this Ineos and Ratcliffe that have come in, they are the fall guys for the Glazers. Every financial decision that is made, so that will include what players you sign, how much you sign them for, what wages you pay, argument's sake, as well as all the commercial stuff, tickets, increases. Everything has to be signed off, not by Ineos and Ratcliffe, who only own 17% of the Glazer share. It's the Glazers that sign it off. So they're limited in the market whatsoever. And big up the Stretters, because the 1958 are acting and they're ready to act. They are the true representation of the Manchester United supporters, not the Manchester United Supporters Trust, like we've got the Chelsea Supporters Trust. It's not, listen, that has got affiliation with the club and the club narrative and what's right and the relationships between the club and the Supporters Trust. The 1958 is who set up that last protest where they broke into Old Trafford. Real deal. Minerals Landing, yeah? All right? By that protest, you saw what happened. The Glazers were like, shit, we've got to sell. We'll put it up for sale. There was talk. Then they rode the storm, and Ratcliffe and Ineos have come in with a 17% share. All this bullshit about a free year. Within 3 years, they can buy off the Glazers. Glazers ain't going to sell, bruv. They ain't going to let go. They're not paying off the debt, right? So if they're not paying off the debt off the club is forever in debt. And they are taking all the cream off the top. And there's drip feeding money to go, oh, look, we've got a bit of intent. We've signed Ibrahimovic. We signed Pogba. We're signing De Ligt. We're signing all these players, right? But not actually backing the manager, not backing for the first team for the football reasons. It's all just a PR stunt to keep the supporters ticking along. United have been in this for over 10 years, bruv, right? And because the 1958 have proven with a track record of what they're capable of in terms of protesting, not only they're going to want to do that again, but they want every other club on board as well. Manchester United have replied to them. And in simple terms, you can go to 1958 and look at it. In simple terms, the Manchester United club account has written a letter stating that we've lost 300 million. We're not making enough money. This is all because of PSR. They're blaming it on the Glazers, right? And the condition that the Glazers left the club in. So this is the reason we have to keep ticket prices up and increase it. This is the biggest fugazi in the game. And this is where Chelsea will head if we're not careful. Is everyone, if you noticed, when it comes to transfer strategies and what they're doing and what they use as an excuse is what? PSR. PSR is the one smokes and mirrors that allows these clowns to get away with criminal activities. So you're telling me you, the club, Man United, have written to the 1958 to give the spiel of a PSR and that the club's in debt when the Glazers haven't paid one single penny of the debt. They're doing an interest only. So where is the intent from the ownership, where Ineos don't have a say anyway, to actually make things right? There ain't one. And they're happy to continue milking Manchester United because of the heritage and the name, as you said.
Yeah.
Chelsea Football Club has been abused in the same way by these new owners, except they've given the massive PR of, look how much we're spending. We spent 1.5 billion. We're building for the future. We've got every journalist in our pocket. We've got YouTube accounts in our pocket. We've got Twitter accounts in our pocket. We've got all the mainstream media in our pocket. So they will feed out our narratives when it's necessary to manipulate the supporters. And when I've been sitting on my platform and calling everyone out, it's never personal. It's a simple fact is, I'm aware of the brown envelope matrix and I'm aware of what they're doing at this football club. And it's clear to see now, even with what they've done with Trev, it's clear to see, all right, with how they are going on in the market now, what they are about. Business first, PR to back that. That is for football reasons, but it's for business. That's the forefront. So the only way to tackle these clowns, I've given them 2.5 years. I've been saying trust the protest since Potter. Where do you want to draw the line? I'm going to ask all the YouTubers, all the Chelsea YouTubers, where do you want to draw the line? Do you want to wait another year after this? Do you want the other PR stunt of, oh, look, we're going to go in the market and buy Gidcris, we're going to buy this, and that's it? We're a sell to buy club now. I think you should realise that now, with the amount of money they spend. And not only that, you're selling to buy, you're selling the kids you bought to buy more kids.
In less than a year.
In less than a year.
6 months, bro. 6 months.
Seagull merchants, Red Bull merchants, but except this
before and when you really think about it, before this, when did you ever see a player that goes to a club is sold within that pretty much the same season they were bought? You never really saw it.
Koulibaly was the first for me.
Yeah, we set that trend, surprise, surprise, and we continue in that trend, surprise, surprise.
Yep.
It's madness. And you know what? Yeah. You see these sporting directors. Do you see my equivalence? What I equivalent that to? You two, have you seen the movie Casino?
Of course.
That's one of my all-time favorite movies. Yeah. Do you remember in Casino when the government handed the check over to that dude?
Yeah.
62.5 million. Who was that dude? He was the front man, right? He didn't. Yep. Who was secretly running it? The mob, right? This here is no different. No different. Here's the keys to provide for the team. We're going to be upstairs, but if you dare go against what we say, we're going to get you out of here. Simple.
Make a hit. Yeah.
This is what now I've likened this to. And I also think that those two guys should have never taken the job to begin with anyway. They were never good enough anyway, but what doesn't help the situation is that, yeah, of course, they wouldn't reject it. But what's magnifying this situation is that blatantly these owners have set them out to do this type of scouting, because I refuse to believe, no matter how bad we think these guys are, I refuse to believe they cannot identify what is a priority right now and what is good enough right now. I can't process it.
Their priority as these directors is do as I'm told. They've been brought in specifically because Monaco deal with a lot of young youth players. And
I was going to say, yeah, their history speaks for itself.
Right. So they fit the mold of what Ekbali, Feliciano, who are spearheading this dross of a project, this fugazi project, where load away structure by all the young talent, not overpay for players, not overpay for salaries, and look at the bright model. So who are the best directors with a track record? These two. Yeah. It's not the directors that you need to call for their heads. I keep saying it, bruv. It's the ownership that make all the decisions. So what I'm saying to you is, if you've got the minerals, you will go directly to the head of the snake. You don't go and chop the tail off for it to grow back so they can recruit another director and another this and start all over again. Or like the manager, which is they're in their third manager. You have to go for the head. Mm. You cut the snake's head off, it's fucked. Can't function. So the reason these content creators don't do it is because this is their food and drink. This is their livelihood. This is their career. They want to make it in the limelight. They want to be status driven. Their ego. They want to be relevant. They want to go on the Sky Sports and Talk Sport and the overlaps and all this bollocks, which is the mainstream media that manipulate these narratives that I am fighting against, that you are fighting against, that the ultras are fighting against, that people on Twitter that actually see what's going on are fighting against. And in numbers, if we were all on this page, we would be able to override it. And people go, nah, we're not as influential as you think. Are you not influential? No, you're not influential. So if you push the narrative that the club wants with to all your 400,000 subscribers on a daily, twice a day, you're doing that, drip feeding non-stop the wrong narrative. You're feeding it to everyone. So you're doing their work for them. But if you counter that, how's the mainstream going to deal with it? The Fabrizios getting called out. Why have I been blocked by Ornstein, guys? You tell me. Why have I been blocked by Matt Law, guys? Yeah. When you call their bullshit out, they don't want you to get loud. They want to avoid it. This is where we are.
No, it's true. It's true. And look, 2 points. Firstly, with the directors, 100% based on their expertise and what they've done before, they've been brought in for this task alone. The fact that they're allowed to go out and conduct the business that we're hearing is being done is a testament enough to know that the owners are cool with what's going on. Because if not, things would be halted, things would be stopped. You'd hear about, there's little clashes or whatever, or jobs in danger. If they were truly, truly under threat, or, if it was strictly down to the directors and the owners were not cool with it, they'd probably be gone by now. But they're not, and they won't be. They'll be sat here, don't worry. And then into next summer, they'll still be here, and they will continue to be here. Again, unless it kicks off in the fan base on another level. But that's something that's yet to come. So the owners are 100% responsible for what we're seeing right now. The directors are allowed to go and do their job, but the brief has been given to them by the people upstairs. That's logical. The fact that's got to be mentioned or explained is insane. Man. But the fact that it has been diverted towards the directors is just for that point that you mentioned alone. Because I believe, look, as a whole, and Goonie can vouch for this as well on a level, as a content creator, right, at a certain level, I believe there's fear. Now, whether people have been contacted to do certain things and work on certain projects or whatnot, and they've got direct links, that's one thing. But for the others that don't speak in the way that the truth needs to be said, I believe there's a fear that if I start saying the wrong thing, people are going to switch off and not watch me. And then they're going to let that dictate what their content is going to be about. That's another problem that there is in this whole scenario right now, whether people have links that they don't want to disturb or people don't want to be deemed in a negative light and they're scared of that. Now, we're here and we're not, clearly. And there's not a problem. Because one thing to know is that the truth will always rise to the surface. The day will come, whether people like it or not, that day will come. And with time, things begin to make more sense and people clock on at their own rate. So we're probably seeing that right now. But what I don't understand as well are portions of the fan base. Like, I'll give an example. This Vega deal, right? I'm seeing this Vega deal actually getting praised by some people because we pocketed 5 mil. We pocketed 5 mil on a loan fee, and that's getting praised. What are we? Burnley, Crystal Palace. Not even they'll praise 5. What's 5 mil to us? That's like if I found a 5p on the floor for us. That's getting praised. So some people literally are either brainwashed at this point, Stockholm syndrome has kicked in, or they're just straight up deluded, or they're trying to find the positive in any single thing that happens in life, which I guess can be a good thing sometimes, but this is just delusional. 5 mil when you're getting gassed. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well,
Ridiculous.
it's clear as day. The Viega deal for 6 months return to get a 5 million loan for the next 6 months of his first year at Chelsea, to advertise the player at Juventus in Serie A, an elite football club, to increase his value so that when they do sell him in the summer, even if it's not Juventus, another club will come in. So the initial 25 million that they did want from Juventus, they couldn't get when they made out that they were happy with a loan, when in essence they wanted to sell, but they said Viega wanted the loan, not to be sold, which is a load of waffle. The reality is they're happy because they'll get more than 25 million for Viega in the summer, and the loan has paid for all the wages and some. And what makes me laugh is the ones that are praising this, it's like they're bankrolling the money in their account themselves.
Exactly.
And
Is
you're
what I
not.
don't get.
You're not.
Like, are you getting commission on this or something? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? It's baffling. It's straight. It's delusional. It's straight up delusional. Yeah.
But the Viega deal is the byproduct. It's the blueprint. Because if you look at a lot of these players that they bought in and they're selling like after a year, what's the one thing that they're using them for? They've been advertised wearing a Chelsea shirt with all the PR at the biggest club in London, in the Premier League, biggest league in the world, advertised international. Well, let's have it right. That's the best. I mean, what more PR and branding do you want to give these players than that? You got them on low wages. You advertise them for a bit. You feed the bullshit PR to the supporters. They're here for the long-term project, and it's such an exciting project, and sell them on. The João Felix one's criminal. I listened to Matt Law yesterday. Yeah, biggest brown envelope, bruv. Yeah, he named the order of the players: Viega, Disasi, Drewsbury Weddinghall, Felix, and Kunku. It's the order to go out. How does he fucking know the order? Let's ask Matt Law. How do you know the order of the players leaving the football club, mate?
Inside trading. Inside trading. You're dealing with Chelsea Investment Bureau right now, not Chelsea FC. Now we're talking inside trading.
We're 4XFC.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what it is? What they're doing with Viega? What he is basically a crypto coin, and they're just invested. They're just saying, listen, we're going to put it out there, just like you said to Juventus, and we're just going to see if the stock's going to rise and go parabolic. If it does, that's the point. We're going to sell the player. That's all it is. Chelsea Investment Bureau, man. That's what it is, man. Buying and flipping, invest, risk. That's what it is now. Until shown otherwise, that's all it is.
It's the stock market. They are treating our football club like it's on the stock market. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Hold on to the stock for a bit, flog it off. This is human commodity exploitation, basically. And people are buying into it. You actually think this project's for football? Nagelsmann told you it wasn't for football, which is why he rejected the job. Yeah? His agent said Nagelsmann believed this project is not for football.
Thomas Tuchel said the same.
Yep. Tommy T. Which is why we don't have an elite
and he was at the club.
Yeah. And they pinned all the signings that they made under TT on TT. They weren't TT signings, bruv. I said he wanted Frank de Jong. He wanted Marquinhos, bruv. He wanted Dembele. What did he get? Look at the signings he's asked for and look at the signings that they made. And if you notice, and I said it back in the day, yeah, when Bowley was buying, Koulibaly, surplus to requirements at Napoli. Aubameyang, surplus to requirements where he was at. Who was the other player we bought? Sterling, surplus to requirements at Manchester City.
Yep, it's true.
What other players? We signed how many players? And they were all majority surplus to requirements at their current clubs.
All the way up until
Sancho now. Felix at Atletico Madrid. Now Garnacho at Man United.
So
Don't tell me that they're going out in the market for the better of our team and our whole so-called project to compete with City. City ain't got no excuses. They've got 115 charges. They've gone out in the market this window and bought 3 quality signings, knowing what they're going to do, and they've got the deal done like that. No PR, no fucking talks and this and that and bids and this and that. It was a couple tweets from Fabrizio Romano, and that's it, done. Here we go. That's how you run as an elite football club. That's how we used to run under Roman.
Yeah,
right. It was. Here we go. Breaking news: Chelsea have signed this top player. That was it. Now,
so what's everyone propping? Because it's just broken out.
Matt Law.
Chelsea are ready in their bid for Garnacho. He prefers a move to Chelsea, where his international teammate Enzo Fernandez plays. What? Enzo Fernandez, who's outright racist in 5K, who they gave the captaincy armband to, who absolutely fucks all balance in our squad, who Real Madrid want to do a trade with Shermani for, that same Enzo Fernandez, before the racism saga, he changed his agent near the end of last season because he's desperate to get out of the club. Are you talking about that same Enzo Fernandez? That's the PR shit that I'll call out, because there's no way Garnacho's going, oh, I want to come to Chelsea because Enzo Fernandez is playing there and we're going to wank each other off in the toilets at training. No. He's going there because they're offering him more money than Manchester United are offering him.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but look what I tweeted 2 days ago. Oh, shit.
I can't see it.
Garnacho prefers Chelsea over Napoli. Shake my head. Yeah. 2 days. I said that. I DM'd it to you as well, Johnny. Said that. I knew that was the case. I knew it because it didn't make like when Napoli came in. I knew if Chelsea step in here, we're gonna win the bid because we can offer more on wages than what they can by quite.
What are we winning?
Easy.
What are we winning?
No, we're the losers here. No, I agree with you.
Losers, bro.
Losers here, bro. I don't want this guy at the club.
And explain to me, everyone that's propping this shit, by the way, what's happening to Sancho? Is Sancho not going to play? Let's have it right.
Yep.
Sancho cost how much at the end of the season? 25 million.
25 million.
Yep.
Nice deal. That's a. You've walked into Sainsbury's at 5 to 10 at night, and you're getting all them reduced produce, bro. Yeah, 10p, 20p. Yeah. What's the quality like?
Fucking clearance.
Mate,
but what baffles me, right? He's coming in to be competition, right? We got Sancho, who's a number 1 left winger. We're getting in this guy who costs double, and he's going to be the backup.
Almost triple.
Almost, but
it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. But even on the point of being a backup, right? It's like the whole Casaday thing about how Chelsea, even though this Redder guy might not be happening, you never know. But if we're actually trying to replace Casaday, anyone that's trying to be a backup round here, why don't we just turn to the academy?
What's
If we want to back up, use those guys and develop them as backups.
Back line is Cobham right now.
Lads, what about this? Do you think this is plausible? Everybody here and in the world knows Jadon Sancho for £25 million is an absolute steal. What if the thought behind pulling that trigger is next summer we're going to sell him for 50
mil?
Mate.
Right.
And Garnacho is the one to step up and be that number 1.
Right. So that's their forefront, because they're going to flip Sancho. Right. They will. All right. Because Sancho's going to go, I'm not being played. All right. Like Felix is right now. What if, let me add another spanner in the works. What if Felix has been spoken to with Manchester United? You take him.
Apparently he was. Apparently he was.
What?
Yeah, they are interested.
Apparently he was.
Oh, really?
One journalist said it yesterday. Felix is linked with United.
There you go. I know exactly how they run. I know what their thought process is. Bro, you're going to give me Garnacho and let Felix go the other way.
And Sancho.
and sell Sancho as well. Fucking hell, bruv. Yeah. All right. It's enough. It's enough. And do you know what? We didn't have one midfielder on the bench.
This was going to be my
Not
point.
one midfielder on the bench when we played Wolves.
Yeah.
And we were lucky in that game. Because up to Cucurella's goal, you don't know what was going to happen in that game. Right? You've got Nottingham Forest showing more intent to go and sign Cunha than us.
Mate, and we got City on the weekend, and we got to go with Caicedo by himself.
Bro, Caicedo's going to be... Listen, I love Caicedo.
He will get
bruv.
injured.
Like,
he will get injured at some point.
Bruv. He almost... I was panicking, bruv, when he fell down.
Me too. I thought his knee snapped.
I thought he was done. I thought he was down for ages.
Yeah.
I bet you, actually, I'll be real. I bet you he knew he couldn't come off and he had to play through that pain.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Because who is he gonna come off for? There was no one to come on for.
No one there. I was joking on the preview that I said before there about sticking Felix in the 6. It's actually plausible now.
Listen, all I know is if Caicedo gets injured, our season is finished. Cole Palmer is the best player in this team, the most talented, but the most important player in this team is Caicedo. Your best player doesn't always have to be your most important player. If we lose Caicedo, we are effed. And then, do you know, they have the audacity, and even Maresca, this is why I gave him a red flag for this. They turned around and they said, Enzo and Lavia are still here. We just don't know when they'll be available. Basically, therefore, we don't need to call back Leslie and Ugo Chukwu. Have you lost your mind? Even if somebody told you to say that, have you lost your mind? I'm not saying that shit because it's ridiculous. That's gross negligence. So if Caicedo does get injured, which the probability of it is very high at this moment in time, who's going to come on to replace him? Dewsbury Hall. You're trying to sell him. If we sell him, then who?
Casaday's gone.
Casaday's gone. Lavia's not reliable.
Chukwemeka's on the way out. Sorry, that was the other one on the list. Chukwemeka.
So who do we have if we're not going to recall our own players to come and add squad depth who are actually midfielders?
I want people to understand a very important factor, right? Because you have to understand they bought these players. You go, oh, we bought Dewsbury Hall for 35 million. We bought Chukwemeka for 80 million. The longer they're at the club, that value goes down on the books. So they could sell Chukwemeka 2 years later for 20 million and they've still made profit.
Oh, yeah, 25 M's, they're taking that. But
that's the loophole.
This is Mark Guiu. This is Mark. People think Mark Guiu has been brought here to develop. They bought him for €6 million, for goodness sake. They're gonna. What's 12 million or 15 million euros?
They'll sell him for 20.
You know what I'm saying? What is those prices in this market? This is why I don't even want to see him on the pitch because number one, he's nowhere near it. First of all, and second of all, you know exactly what it is. €6 million.
So my thing is right. Do that if you want. Do that. Do all that. All right. I get it. You make money. Roman did it, but do it with the academy, not with the first team.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? That's what they're doing. I'm telling you that. And everyone's just propping it out. We're second. No one thought we'd be here. Why don't you think we'd be here? Because we're fucking shit. All right. And everyone else in this league this year has been shit.
Exactly, Johnny, bro. You have just nailed, bro. I'm telling you, I've been singing this. Yeah, this season, every team in the Premier League has been rubbish. Just because, listen, Liverpool are sitting at the top of the table. Fair play to them. But even them, right? If you put that team in the last 2 seasons, they're not finishing second.
No, they ain't winning the league.
They're nowhere near it. Yeah. So this is why I'm even more upset because if we had actually done something correctly in the summer, we might all be sitting top of the table. If we had actually acted correctly,
if we had Osimhen, right? We'd be putting away more chances and taking advantage and doing a Leicester season because that's what it would be. Because the moment you get into Champions League and you're not playing Conference League and resting your first team once every week and playing 1 game a week until December where we capitulated, all right? And they were only playing 1 game a week up to the Christmas period, all right? In the Champions League, the levels are elite, bruv. You can't afford to rest these players. So you're going to have a 25-man squad of all quality and elite mentality and physically fit and a fucking better medical team because the medical team it's like on drip, bruv. It's freelance. It's 0-hour contract. They're a freelance firm. And I found out the academy, now all the new recruits in the academy, they haven't even got their full badges, bruv. And they're on 0 contract. So our academy's gone to shit. You know, all this lovely players we're getting through, like Josh Akinpong now, and all these players that we've had come through. Rio would have been one of them that's gone to Liverpool. By the way, we're playing an FA Cup game. Right? These players, that's it, gone. And when I said to everyone, once Gallagher's sold, Reece James is sold, Chalobah's sold, Colwill, that's it. There's nothing left. They've sold everything that's got a value until they bleed some through. That ain't going to be on that level because the academy's declined.
You see, when I heard Neil Bath left the club, not only was I absolutely gutted, but something in my head said, God forbid Arsenal turn their attention to this guy. Because if they do that, we are fucked, mate. In terms of academy potentials and prospects,
100%.
we're fucked. The players that this guy has brought through, and then on top of that, the ownership have slapped him in the face many times. I don't even know why he stayed there for that long, to be fair, because some of the prospects, as you guys have all seen, have gone on to become phenomenal players. You know what I'm saying? Musiala, we're talking about him in a world-class potential. Lewis Hall will be talking about him in that kind of bracket in a few years. Livramento, look how well he's doing, and so on and so forth. Yeah. He is a proven conveyor belt of bringing in and being able to spot talent. If one of those clubs even think about getting him, we're going to be in trouble.
I've heard Arsenal do want him. They actually do want him,
man.
No, Arsenal. I've already. In fact, I'll go one step further. They've already contacted Neil Bath.
And you know, all
it's whether you see Neil Bath's got a special affiliation and love with Chelsea, and I don't think he's got it in him to go to Arsenal to build them up like that.
That's all I'm hoping.
So the proper Chelsea needs to fucking stay well in him.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't think he'll go there. But he's highly regarded, best in the business, bruv. Best in the business. Of course.
Real Madrid would do well.
Look, the danger of this is, if this was an academy outside of London, not that no problem, but fine, you can deal with it. The problem is if it's another London club, the network within London gets compromised. Basically, all the top talents that he would have looked for, and not just in terms of him, because it's not just him, there's a whole scouting network. But if he's leading it, right, and he's bringing those players through and developing them, he's going to be doing all that for Arsenal. And Arsenal operate in the same city as Chelsea do, which means that they'll go to the same places, they'll look at the same teams, they'll look at the same players. And if they're offered a choice and there's a better growth at Arsenal because of Neil Bath, then
Eunice, it's worse than that, because we've got a prototype, but just at a different scale. You remember what happened when Roman Abramovich went to Manchester and took Peter Kenyon?
Yeah, that's how
that was the first thing he did.
But guess what Peter Kenyon brought with him? His little black book. And do you know what that black book got us?
Iron Robin.
Iron Robin.
Yep.
The same thing will happen.
Yeah.
There's no
difference. And that's you see, City, if you look at them, what did they go and get Brighton's director, or did they go and get, what's his name, Teki, whatever the fuck his name is.
Begiristan from
Barcelona.
Yeah.
All right. They look at, all right, Pep's come from Barcelona. He wants the grassroots and wants to build the Barcelona model at Man City to support the manager so that all the academy players play his style of football, are trained from a young age to bleed them through. That's how you do it, right? If you want to play that football, it's not a case of just bring in a manager and buy some players. You, in order to continue that DNA, like at Ajax and Barcelona, you have to have it from grassroots. And in order to have it at grassroots, you need the right academy coaches. You have to have everyone on the same page. Everyone's on the same philosophy. And the kids are developed in that same pathway. And eventually they've got that ticket to get into the first team. And then you mix that in. If you look at Barcelona, I mean, the amount of young players they brought through, like their own players, that were just fucking elite, bruv. You know, and then they mixed it up. We'll buy Ronaldinho. You know, we'll buy all these fucking superstars, Neymars, and this and that. And that's what you need. You need a mixture, a balance of world-class elite players with some real super hot young talents. And that's why Cole Palmer, when you watch him and you saw him for the first time, you could instantly see he's got the Pep DNA in him. He's been grown up to play with the brain. The talent's there, but it's how the brain works, because not every player has that footballing brain. It's part of you, but you can still develop that. That's why, like when we had Mason Mount and we had Reece James, if you look at their intelligence on the pitch, it comes from the Cobham Academy, the way they've grown up. We were winning Premier League titles with the youth, dominating, bruv, beating Arsenal, United's, everyone, bruv. We were smashing teams up, bruv. Yeah. Now you're starting to see Man City's academy take over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because guess what, Johnny, right? You see Cole Palmer, look at what he came through, right? Through a young age, in his position, what players did he see? David Silva, Yaya Torres, De Bruyne, Mahrez, all of these kind of technically special players in that team. That's the education that he had. Obviously,
there's one more thing. One more thing that's vital, and it's a necessity. The mentality.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
The mentality at Manchester City is what we used to be like.
Yeah, you had to be champions. You had to be champions up here. You had to.
We don't have that at our football club. We've got Arsenal bottle job mentality of trust the process. We were never a trust the process club. I want to ask the question to all these trust the process positivity merchants, toxic positivity merchants. Has Pep Guardiola ever come out? Has Jose Mourinho ever come out and said we need to trust the process?
Never.
Have you ever heard them say that?
No. They never say that, because as soon as they get there, when they're asked that question, the first thing that they say is, "What do you mean time? This is not a club where we have time. This is a club where I'm coming here to win." If they were talking about time, I never would have signed the contract. I'm a winner.
TT said it.
Even TT on that podcast. Yeah. You can't get anything in the long term if you neglect the short term.
Right. What are these owners doing? The complete opposite.
The complete opposite.
Project 2030. It doesn't look like. Are we going to be in the Premier League at this rate by 2030?
Stadium rebuild.
But many fans, this is where the deciding factor is here. Many fans are trying to make logic of it all using football logic. It's got nothing to do with football logic. This is money logic. And money-wise, it makes complete sense. If you look financially, this makes complete sense, right? And fans are trying to piece it all together using a footballing side of thinking. It's not going to work. It's impossible. This is why whoever's propping it and trying to make logic out of it, thinking footballing, are deluded. It's got nothing to do with football. This is purely financial, and football's been neglected now at this football club. So simple.
And that's why I blame all these platforms, Eunice, because you have participated in acceptance. And I said to everyone, the moment you accept this bullshit, we're done. And we are at that stage now. There's no guarantee of getting top 4 this year. There's no guarantees, bruv. We're going to have to do it by what Pochettino did last year. Hopefully go on a little run and try and salvage it, even to get muddied by United, who won an FA Cup, so we couldn't even get Europa League, which actually benefited Enzo Maresca and this club, the ownership.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing Europa League, you couldn't pay A, B, C teams.
No chance. Yeah. I agree.
And they probably would have got a shirt sponsor. What elite football club hasn't got what? We were playing Servette and Barrow and had shirt sponsors. We ain't even got a shirt sponsor, right?
And we're halfway into the season.
We're over halfway.
And we're relying on getting Champions League football to get a top tier sponsor. If we don't, we're finished.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything to actually try and get the club over the line to go and get top 4. Instead of focusing on the priorities, we're going to go and get Garnacho and throw 60 million away. So we've got 60 mil to spend. We've got 60 mil to spend. So we have that then, yeah? Or what are we doing then?
Oh, listen, the only time I want nachos is when I'm watching a bit of Godfather or fucking like Gunny says, Casino, bruv, and I got my guacamole there, I got my cheese and chive sauce salsa, bruv. That's the only time I like nachos. I don't want nachos at Stamford Bridge, bruv. Yeah, I don't want to eat that there. I don't want to see it. All right, like. Big up to Brian. He says, hide the Johnson & Johnson's products for fuck's sake, Clown Lake. Are we talking about Diddy's baby oil, bruv, or what? Because I don't know, Johnson & Johnson's a bit lightweight. It's a bit lenient for me.
I've got to give Brian a personal shout out, because if I'm not mistaken, that picture there is taken at the Football Factory, and that is my go-to place where I go to watch Chelsea games. So big up yourself, man. If I'm correct,
up Brian, bruv.
Yeah, big up yourself.
Yeah, he lands it, bruv. Big up DJ Jamie says Barley has a fetish to shopping at Toys R Us, bruv.
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, these directors they've hired, they might as well be Ghislaine Maxwell, bruv. You know?
Facts.
That's what they are.
Facts.
Yeah. Big up James. He says Clown Lake showing no minerals, signing Garnacho. I mean, that, bruv, is it actually, because look, that tweet seems a little bit recycled, because we've already heard yesterday that they're considering a bid. He's worded it the same way. They're ready in a bid. It's the same thing.
Ready in a bid. Yeah, I mean, look, Ben Jacobs has now said the same thing. Starting price is 70 million euros. So yeah, 60 million.
We're not gonna start with that bid. That's the only thing. The only thing I'm hoping in this deal is that we continually fuck around and not meet their valuation. Because I don't think Chelsea are gonna start off anywhere near 59 million from the start.
No, they're gonna go low. Are we talking about this Ben Jacobs? Is it this Ben Jacobs we're talking about? Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah. Right. Big up Brian. He says Egboli got moist with the Puskas award, and yeah. So dudes will learn that the clowns love LA Dodgers more. I mean, they're spending more money with the LA Dodgers, aren't they?
Yeah.
But that's Bowley led. Yeah, and what's happening to the Civil War? Because what's interesting is, right, if you've noticed in the fan base, they're starting to prop. This is the signings Egboli was buying, and now look at what Egbali's buying and how we're acting. So don't be surprised if when it all goes tits up even further, that you're going to get the briefing from the brown envelopes to push the narrative of the civil wars reoccurred, to take everyone's mindset away from who do you blame? Because like I say to you all, right, one thing with billionaires, and it's proven, millionaires, billionaires, don't fuck with their ego. Don't think you can tell them what to do.
I agree.
Right? Yes. So, if they would rather, with this consortium, go, all right, you're going to take the hit on this one, and then I'll take the hit on that one. We don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, they can't pin it on all of us. The moment they pin it on all of us, that's when we're fucked.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
This is my point. It was called Clown Lake Free Ring Circus for a reason, because they are all in it together. Everyone's in it together, bruv. Yeah? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
what's happening, Eunice? Eunice having a meltdown, or is it...
We just signed the kid.
What? What do you mean?
We just signed the child.
What do you mean?
You see when we went to Kazakhstan and we played who did we play? Astana. Yeah, we must have been asking some kids if they play football over there, because we've only gone and signed the Kazakh kid.
What? Are you winding me up, Eunice, bruv?
You gotta be winding me up.
Fabrizio's put Chelsea have agreed to sign 2008 born talent Dastan Sapiev from Kazakhstan.
Are you
transfer fee worth 4 million euros, package add-ons included, from Almaty. That's where we were, by the way. That's where we played Astana. And record transfer for Kazakhstan League, as Dastan will join Chelsea on a 5-year deal +1 when he turns 18.
you fucking Epstein FC merchants, mate? What is all this nonsense, bruv? Don't buy me some proven elite players. Don't fucking buy me a striker. Don't give me a central defender. Don't give me a Bastoni, an Ozyman. Don't give me a Gikaris. What are you fucking shopping for kids, bruv? We're in a daycare centre. This is not a daycare centre. We are not. Go and fucking buy a sperm bank at this rate. Go and fucking go. All us footballers, bruv. The little Messis. Dig up Johan Cruyff. Yeah, and go and fucking nosh them off and go and get their sperm and let that develop somewhere in your lab. You're better off doing that. I can't, bruv. Honestly, I don't. Why is Fabrizio Romano, you kingpin brown envelope? What are you even tweeting that out? Why are we broadcasting in January transfer window? Children.
4 mil, by the way. Oh, so we got 5 mil for Vega on a loan fee, and we've just dashed 4 mil over to Almaty for a 16-year-old. Brilliant. That's phenomenal business. And we're meant to have academy players. We're meant to have Cobham sitting right there. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
I didn't even know what to say at this point, because if I'm going to turn around and say I'm surprised, I'd be lying to you. How much
we're fucking done. Honestly, we're done. Listen, all I'm going to say is, yeah, if Barley, Bowley, Feliciano, yeah, let's have it right. You keep playing your antics. I'm telling you that now. Yeah, be prepared, bruv. Be very, very fucking prepared, because no one's going to stand. Eventually, like I said, your brown envelopes will run out. You fucking agenda merchants destroying our football club. Your brown envelopes will run out. Just like Matt Law got all upset and he fucked off down the pecking order. Now he's back up. Yeah. Now he's back on top. He's living his best life, Matt Law.
Yep.
Living his best life. Fabrizio's the biggest brass, worse than Lily Phillips, bruv, on steroids. Yeah? Worse than Lily Phillips. Yeah? He takes it both ways, bruv, and he'll do 2,000. Yeah?
Lads, listen, unfortunately, I've got to run, but I'm just disappointed seeing that. I can't lie, but look, big up yourselves. I'll be continuing to listen on the stream. I've got a little chore that I need to run. Big up everybody in the chat as well, man. And boy, it's a big fight. But we got to keep fighting, people, because this is unacceptable. We need our club back. Yeah.
Salute, bruv. And we'll see you on next week. Yeah.
Next week. I'll definitely be back.
Yeah, next week.
Be back. All right.
Yeah, 100%, my geezer. Yeah, see, look, Eunice has had a blackout, bruv. He can't even take it. I can't take it. Yeah.
Oh. All good?
Yeah.
So what happened there? Yeah, Goonies left. I was going to say bye, and then everything just cut off. But yeah, all good.
Bruv, Eunice, we've got to make a stand, bruv. Like,
this is ridiculous, man.
Like, I'm being deadly serious now. All right. Everyone, yeah, everyone's got to team up now. This is fucking it. Everyone's got to team up now. Can't accept this shit,
mate.
You're announcing a fucking. How old is he? 17, 18,
16.
He's 16. Oh, we're getting younger. We're getting younger now.
Yeah.
What is he, the new Lionel Messi, like Kendrick Pyers?
God knows. What position does he play as well? I don't know who this guy is. Someone said he's a striker. I mean, that's hilarious. He's a striker.
We've got Gui, yeah. We've got Brohara still on the books, yeah. We've got Jackson, and you're bringing me some 15-year-old from Kazakhstan. How many Kazakhstan players, no disrespect to Kazakhstan, but how many players have come from Kazakhstan that are actually world-class, bruv? Or actually, like, that we know of, yeah?
No, it's because at this point, he's so young that we can basically mold him into anything, right?
Right.
That's the logic, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no. This is what... Right. I'm going to hit the money shot now, all right? They bought him from there to what? Think their brain. This is what they done. They bought him to take the Kazakhstan market. No, I'm being serious. All the Kazakhstan
Mate,
civilians that live there, the population that love football, will be going, oh boy, our kid has signed for Chelsea. We're going to follow Chelsea.
mate.
This is
Surely,
they are playing the game of risk with our football club in real life, bruv. This is
Mate.
risk.
he is a striker, by the way, just to let you know. But, and yeah, 16 years old. No, listen, I mean, no, us realistically, yeah, Chelsea just showing up to play a football match in Kazakhstan should be enough to take their market. That should be enough.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not, though. It's not.
I mean,
This is next levels. Trust me.
There's so many different.
You know what? They're right in the chat. I bet the negotiation deal with Egbal and Feliciano was that Borat scene in the hotel room, bruv. That's what it was. That's what they were doing. Yeah. They were teabagging left, right, and centre.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. I feel sick. Honestly. I feel sick. A salute to Bartek Minerals. Yeah. Minerals FC Ultra for 9 months. He says, hope you're well, fella. Had to take a break. All this Chelsea stuff. It was very depressing, but happy to see you're still landing it. Garnacho, a joke. Facts. It is a joke. Salute to you, Bartek Minerals. Love to see you back in the chat, my geezer. Day one, Minerals FC Ultra, bro. Big up Strez. He says the loss to Liverpool C team in the final was the wake-up call, but no one wanted to answer the phone. Have a good look at United. You'll be there soon. And he's not wrong, because that game was an absolute embarrassment, bro. Yeah. To lose to their B/C team, and it ended up being their C team with their kids, and their kids outplayed our kids, and we lost that cup final.
And that's when they scored, if I'm not mistaken.
In extra time. Yeah. Bruv, I can't even listen. I don't put it past them doing this, right?
No, of course not.
But for Fabrizio Romano to tweet it out, are you having a laugh?
It just goes to show, and this is so key, yeah. Because I think this needs to be mentioned. This is going to be so important, just so other people can also get a gauge on how things are actually operating when it comes to the media and the PR and Fabrizio. Where's Mudrik's B sample?
It's definitely positive.
You go to any right. Let's talk boxing, right? Let's talk boxing. When an A sample is done, a B sample is done at the same time, right? But the B sample comes back. You don't wait. When was the last time we spoke about Mudrik and when he tested positive? Over a month ago now.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Never happens. Yeah.
It never happens. So what does it tell you? It tells you that everyone on this side of the media, right, that have that link to Chelsea.
Oh, where's he gone? Where's Eunice gone, bruv? He's going to land it. He's gone. Oh, you were landing it and you're just gone.
I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no, bizarre. Anyway, I'm here. Anyway, where was I? Where was
The Mudryk. You're talking about the Mudryk deal, Mudryk ban not being announced and whatnot.
In boxing, right? To get a B sample back, how long does it take for the media to know? It doesn't take long, right? Just like that, everyone knows about it. So what does it tell you? The club, the media on this side of things, where Chelsea have all of those links that they send the briefings to, they've got everyone silenced. Well, not just silenced. If they don't want something going out, it just goes to show. If they don't want something going out, it won't go out. And if they want something going out, you'll hear about it and it'll be briefed. So it shows everything that we hear are briefings. They come directly from out of the club.
Facts.
And if they don't want something out, it won't come out. Mudryk, this whole situation with Mudryk, I could bet a house that Chelsea know about the B sample result and have done for the past 3 weeks. Easily. And hence why we're going for Garnacho, because Mudrik's not playing for Chelsea again.
Yeah. They're
But
rectifying all their
it's not
fuck-up.
coming out. And it will come out when Chelsea want it to be put out, and they're going to try and spin it and make it look like it's not so bad. And, you know, yeah, Mudryk can't play for us, but we wish him the best. And, yeah.
They'll do it after the Garnacho deal's announced.
Yeah.
So no one gives a shit anyway. That's what they're going to do, Eunice, bruv. End of. I'm gonna have to cut off. So listen, big up to all my ultras. Big up to everyone watching. All the proper Chelsea. No surrender mentality. Let's have it right. Go and follow Eunice and all of his content, and he'll be landing it today, 100%. All right. And go and support Gunny. Their channels are in the title. We'll be back next week.
Oh, there's the bid.
What? It's come.
We've bidded apparently.
Has it? Is it done?
Gaston Edul. He's the one who's been speaking about it for the last few days.
Right.
He's saying we bidded.
Right.
Brilliant.
All right, let's find out what the bid is. It's going to be something stupid. Oh, where's Shambles, bruv? It's a meltdown, bruv. Honestly. Listen, I'm around tonight. I don't know if you are, Eunice, you want to jump on. If it is anything breaking, just fucking jump on, my geezer, all right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do for sure.
And big up to everyone in the chat. Please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. As I say, we will always say it as it is, and we'll keep it real. And pressure makes diamonds, so we need to put pressure on these clowns to get out of the club, because they're not going to change the model. Let's have it right. They're just not going to change. They don't want to change, and they will not change. And the more and more people buy into it, the more and more we're going to be in the mud. But listen, big up to you, Eunice. Big up to Gunny. Big up to all my ultras. And I will be back later on tonight, landing the minerals, bruv. So as always, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. I'll leave you with our Don Roman, because that's the standards, and I'm not lowering my standards, and Eunice ain't lowering his standards for this clown project. You understand me? So have it right. Roman around this, Roman around this, Roman